Today, our topic is documented information, or as enrolled in the Quality Assurance Office, the DPM QAS 001, Control of Documented Information. For our agenda, we have first, importance of documented information. This is in terms of ISO 21001:2018 EUMS. So dito i-discuss ko sa inyo yung mga tatamaang clauses ng documented information natin. Second is the definition of terms. So don't mind letter A and B. Let's proceed to letter C, which is the procedures, the quality forms, and the job description. And then number three, the template presentation. Under documented information, we have different templates na ginagamit, especially for procedures, for quality forms, and for job description. So, i-discuss ko din sa inyo yon or magpapakita ko sa inyo ng mga samples. Number four is the documented information processes. So under documented information, meron tayong tatlong processes, namely enrollment of new documents, revision of documents, and cancellation of documents. So let's start with our first agenda. So under ISO 21001:2018 EUMS clauses, we have clause 7.5.1. It says that the management system must include documented information required by ISO 21001 and any other information the organization determines necessary for effectiveness. So, because of clause 7.5.1, nakabuo tayo ng DPM QAS 001, which is our control of documented information. Next is clause 7.5.2. It says that documents must be identified, reviewed, and approved before use. So makikita nyo sa mga templates na dinisseminate ni Quality Assurance, meron tayong signatory matrix sa likod, meron tayong mga document codes. So yun yung paraan natin to identify and para alam natin na na-review yung mga documents natin before approving. Next is ensure they are suitable and adequately protected. And then clause 7.5.3, documents must be controlled to ensure they are available where needed, protected from loss or damage, and kept up to date. Includes control over distribution, access, retrieval, storage, preservation, and disposition. So, this one naman, papasok dito yung document management system na ginagawa ni Quality Assurance in collaboration with MIS. So for the definition of terms, we have policy. Si policy, makikita nyo siya sa template ni DPM. So a policy is a formal statement of principles or rules that guide decisions and actions within an organization. And then work instruction. So makikita nyo ang pinagkaiba ni work instruction, ni procedure, and ni process dito sa discussion natin. So si work instruction is a step-by-step guide that explains how to perform a specific tasks or activity. It ensures consistency, accuracy, and standardization in operations. So ito yung tatlong ginagamit natin sa ating documented information. So we have procedure. So procedure is a document set of step-by-step instructions that outlines how to carry out a specific activity or part of a process, including the sequence of actions, responsibilities, and controls to ensure consistency and proper execution. So after this definition of terms, i-explain ko sa inyo ano nga bang pinagkaiba ni process, kay procedure, and kay work instruction. So quality forms. Quality forms are standardized templates or documents used to record data, evidence, or results related to quality management activities. They support documentation, traceability, and compliance with the standards. And lastly, the job description. The job description is a formal document that outlines the duties, responsibilities, qualifications, and scope of a specific role within an organization. So dito sa job description, meron din ginawa si Quality Assurance na template na pinapakita or ina-outline yung duties, yung responsibilities, and yung qualifications needed ng isang staff sa institution. So it clarifies expectations and accountability for employees. So ano nga ba yung difference between work instruction and procedure? So si procedure and sa work instruction, both silang nag-explain kung paano ginagawa yung work. but they differ in level of details. So si procedure provides a structured step-by-step guide on how to carry out a part of a process, while a work instruction goes into much more detailed, specific directions on how to perform an individual tasks. So, for example, we have the process of enrollment. So, ang process natin is enrollment. And then, inside the process of enrollment, meron tayong procedure. So, let's say the procedure is registration of student. So, ang process natin is enrollment. Ang procedure natin is registration of student. So, ang magiging work instruction natin is yung mga step-by-step na ginagawa natin sa registration of student. So, let's say first is um, get the name of the student. Yun yung first work instruction natin. So, process natin is enrollment. Procedure is registration of student. And then yung work instruction natin, yung first step is get the name of student. So gets ba? Si process, bigger picture. Si procedure, siya yung parang sub-procedure. And then si work instruction, siya yung step-by-steps na ginagawa natin doon sa loob ng sub-procedure. So for the templates, meron tayong mga document codes. Don't mind the policy and the work instructions. Ang gagamitin lang natin is yung sa procedure, sa quality forms, and sa job description. So meron tayong, kay procedure, meron tayong MVGFC-DPM-XXX-YYY. So si XXX, siya yung unit code na binigay sa inyo ni Quality Assurance. For example, sa amin, sa Quality Assurance, ang unit code namin is QAS. So magiging MVGFC-DPM-QAS. And si YYY naman, siya yung sequence number ng mga documents natin. So, as you can see kanina, meron tayong control of documented information, siya yung 001 namin. So, that means siya yung una doon sa mga documented information na meron kami. So, magiging MVGFC DPM QAS 001. So, ganun siya. So, for quality forms naman, iibahin lang natin yung DPM, magiging QF siya since quality forms. And then, for job description, gagawin natin siyang JD. And then, let's move forward to the different procedures sa loob ng ating control of documented process. So, first is enrollment of new documents. So, in this part, gumawa ako ng flowchart for you guys to easily understand the process or the procedures na meron tayo. So, ang start natin is, as you can see, meron tayong different colors. So, si blue, kayo yon, unit document controllers. Si green naman, siya si main DC, which is ako. So, lahat ng naka-green na box, ako yung gagawa dyan. So, ang trigger point natin is manggagaling sa inyo, unit DC. Ang gagawin nyo is to create DPM, quality forms, and job description. So, pag gumawa kayo ng DPM, ng quality form, and ng job description, dun mag-start ang ating procedure. And then after that, DPM, quality forms, or the job description approval from the immediate head and president through email. So, this is crucial. May mga unit DC kasi na hindi pa man na-approve yung ginawa nilang DPM, quality forms, or job description, piniprint na nila. So, baka kasi merong comment si immediate head or si president, at least kung through email siya, mas madali siyang ma-edit. Pero pag nakaprint na kasi siya, so nagsayang tayo ng resources, uulitin na naman natin siya. So again, approval from the immediate head and the president through email. So makikita niyo dito sa dulo, always CC the main DC, sabi niya. Kasi pag nakita namin na nag-email na kayo kay immediate head and kay president, since makikita niyo dito meron tayong broken lines, ang ibig sabihin niyan is simultaneous task. So habang chine-check ni immediate head and ni president, si main document controller naman, nire-review niya yung documents for propriety and minor correction. So tinitignan ko kung tama yung paggamit nyo ng template, kung tama ba yung paggamit nyo ng mga document codes. Kasi pag mali, mag-email din ako sa inyo pabalik and makikita nyo dun yung mga corrections na papagawa ko sa inyo. And for example, na-check ko na siya and then wala naman na akong nakitang mali in terms of propriety or my corrections, i-forward ko siya kay Directress for Quality for final interview naman. So after that, nasisi na natin si main DC, napa-approve na natin kay immediate head and kay president through email. Magkakaroon tayo ng decision, approved ba siya? Kung no, babalik tayo sa first step natin, which is the creation. Or since dahil meron na kayo, i-revise nyo na lang siya. And if ever na na-approve siya, sabi niya dito, approved, yes. Si main DC, si unit DC, ito na siya, magpiprint siya ng 2 copies and isi-secure niya lahat ng signatures dun sa signatory matrix na meron tayo. So, as far as I know, meron tayong immediate head, si originator or si process owner, si president siya. Silang tatlo yung sa signatory matrix natin. And then after niyang mag-print, forward the signed copies to the quality assurance. So ipapadala ni Unit DC or idadala ni Unit DC yung 2 copies. Remember ha, 2 copies nung documents sa quality assurance office. Kasi si main DC naman, si main DC naman will stamp master copy dun sa isa and authorized copy naman dun sa isa. So, meron tayong decision dito. Since ang dinidiscuss ko sa inyo right now is the enrollment of new documents, dito tayo sa new. And then after nun, si main DC naman, i-file niya yung authorized copy dun sa ISO folder nung unit. As you can remember, meron tayong dalawang color ng folder. We have blue and we have red. So si main DC, ang gagawin niya, ipa-file niya yung authorized copy, which is yung mapupunta sa inyo dun sa red book na meron kayo. And then after nun, si main DC, i-update niya yung DCRF monitoring sheet. So dito, meron kaming monitoring sheet ng mga ini-enroll yung documents. So i-update ni main DC yon. Kasi pag nagpapa-enroll kayo ng documents, meron kayong sinasagutan na form. Isi-send nyo din yon or ipapasa nyo rin yon kay quality assurance. And then after that, update document register or master list of records. Kasi sa loob ng folder nyo, meron, ang first page natin is document register. So kung nagpa-enroll kayo ng new documents, madadagdagan si document register nyo. And then after nun, end. Ibabalik na ni main DC sa inyo yung red book na dinala nyo. So our next procedure is the revision of documents. So dito naman, for example, meron na kayo na-enroll from the past na document. Pero naglabas si CHED ng memo na dapat ganito yung nakalagay sa documents nyo. Or nag-revise yung any regulatory or statutory bodies na meron kayo, mag-revise kayo. So ang trigger point naman ni revision is si Unit DC, i-revise na yung current na enrolled document na meron kayo. And then same lang yung magiging procedure natin. Pag na-revise na niya, ipapa-approve niya kay immediate head and kay president through email. And then simultaneous task ni main DC, i-check niya. And then if approved or if not approved, babalik tayo sa una. And if approved, print 2 copies, forward the signed copies to the quality assurance office. And then si main DC, mag-stamp siya ng master and authorized copies. And then since revision tayo titingin, si main DC, magka-file siya ng authorized copy dun sa red folder na meron sa unit. And then update the DCRF monitoring sheet. And dito tayo nagkaiba. Since meron na tayong enrolled documents from the past, si main DC will update the department manual and stamp obsolete document. So mag-stamp si main DC ng obsolete document doon sa enrolled document na meron kayo doon sa loob ng red folder nyo. So ilalabas ni main DC yon and stampan niya ng obsolete document. Kasi nag-revise na kayo and meron na kayong bagong document na ipapalit. And then after that, update document register or master list of records. And for the last one, we have the cancellation of documents. So for the trigger procedure, we have request of cancellation of documents. So dun sa RFDC form natin, makikita nyo doon na meron for cancellation. So makikita nyo rin doon yung enrollment of new documents, revision, and cancellation. So doon, iti-check nyo lang si cancellation of documents. After that, si Unit DC, request for document change form approval sa kanyang immediate head. So ipapapirma niya yon kay immediate head niya. After that, si main document controller will fill out the quality assurance part doon naman sa RFDC form. Merong part si RFDC kasi na si unit ang mag-fill out and then merong part naman na si quality assurance yung mag-fill out. So after that, ang gagawin ni main document controller, stamp niya yung kinakancel na document nung unit na nag-request. So ang gagawin niya, kukunin niya yung document na pinapakancel and tatatakan niya ng obsolete. And then after that, si Unit DC, ifa-file niya yung canceled document doon sa ISO folder. So, ibabalik lang natin yung kinancel na document doon sa ISO folder. So, nagko-question kayo, bakit ibabalik pa natin si canceled document doon sa folder? It is because para meron tayong track ng mga kinancel natin document. Since meron din naman tayong revision history for revision naman doon sa loob ng template natin. For this one naman, para matrack lang natin yung mga kinakancel nating documents. So our next agenda is yung kay memorandum and information letter. So for this part, i-discuss ko sa inyo kung paano gamitin yung template ni memorandum and information letter and paano tayo mag-disseminate ng memorandum and information letter natin inter-office and for the whole organization. So our guidelines first is inter-office letters or office-to-office letters. No master copy stamp from the quality assurance is required before dissemination. For example, si quality assurance, nag-memo siya kay HR. So gumawa si Unit DC ng memo, naka 2 siya kay HR. So inter-office siya, office-to-office lang siya, from quality assurance to HR. Pag mga ganong office letters, hindi nyo na kailangan patatak ng master copy kay quality assurance. Kasi ang tatatakan lang naman ni quality assurance na letter is etong pangalawa, intra-office letters. Ito yung mga letters na from your office to the whole organization or to the most of the organization. So, si intra-office letter needs a master copy stamp from the quality assurance office before dissemination. So for example, nag-memo naman si quality assurance, nakatu siya sa all MVGFC employees. So yon, tatatakan ni quality assurance yon ng master copy before dissemination. So paano naman kung nakita ni quality assurance na intra-office letter siya tapos na-disseminate siya without the stamp from the quality assurance office? I-call out ni main document controller si Unit DC and kailangan i-retrieve nung nag-disseminate yung letter. So, communication natin is from main DC to Unit DC. So, next is document coding. For inter-office letters, si inter-office letters siya yung office to office. Offices shall use the same document code format used for external letters or the intra-office letters. So for example, yung office-to-office letter nyo, meron kayong MEM QAS 2026-001. So kung maglalabas ulit kayo ng intra-office na first memo nyo, ganun pa din yung magiging coding niya. So hindi sila magkakasunod. Meron silang separate coding. So kung sabay kayong maglalabas ng intra-office and inter-office letters, both sila 001. Wag nyo gagawin na si office to office 001 tapos si intra-office naman 002. Hindi. Kasi magkahiwalay yung coding nila. For example, ito. If you enroll your first internal letter as 001, your first external letter must also have 001 as its sequence number provided they are monitored separately. So kaya meron silang separate sequence number kasi separate din yung monitoring natin sa kanila. So please ensure that you maintain separate monitoring sheets for intra-office letters and inter-office letters. So, for example, sa quality assurance, maglalabas ako ng office-to-office letter. Minimohan ko si HR. So 001 namin yon. Meron kaming sariling monitoring sheet for that. So yung monitoring sheet namin for inter-office nakahiwalay. Tapos nagmemo naman ako for the whole organization, so 001 din siya. Nakahiwalay din yung monitoring ko doon. So number 3, for the enrollment of these letters, you must only enroll one copy. So hindi ako magtatatak ng multiple copies kasi usually yung ibang document controllers, nagdadala sila ng 2 copies, 3 copies. So kahit magdala ka pa ng 5 copies dyan, isang copy lang yung i-enroll ko. And the main, sabi niya, and the main document controller will also enroll only one copy. So for dissemination, eto kasi dati, ganito yung ginagawa natin for dissemination. We will be using the paperless system. All units that will disseminate external letters or the intra-office letters shall use our centralized mode of communication, which is the Outlook. So currently, ginagawa natin, sa Outlook tayo nag-disseminate ng mga communication letters natin. So tama yon. Pero ang ginagawa kasi natin ngayon, after matatakan ni quality assurance, yung mga memo and information letters natin, hindi na si Unit DC ang magdi-disseminate. Dahil meron na tayong records management officer. So after ma-stamp ni quality assurance, si Unit Document Controller, pupunta siya kay records management officer. And then si records management officer, which is Sir Brian, siya ang magdi-disseminate sa whole organization ng mga communication letters na meron tayo. So magiging centralized na yung dissemination natin ng communication letters natin. So ito si number 4, disregard na natin siya pero for the sake of tracking lang ng mga naging ni-revise nating procedure, ganito kasi siya dati na ginagawa natin. Please ensure that you tick the read receipt option before sending the letters to your recipients. Likewise, recipients must click the send receipt button to confirm that they have received and read the email. So sa Unit DC kasi dati, before siya mag-disseminate ng communication letters ng office nila, kailangan niyang i-click yung read receipt option. Para pagka-send kay recipient naman, makikita ni recipient yung button naman ng send read receipt. So pero ngayon kasi since centralized na tayo, hindi na natin ginagawa yan. Si Records Management Officer na yung nagdi-disseminate ng mga information letters and memos natin. So for the last part ng guidelines natin, ito yung templating naman na ginagawa natin or ginagamit natin. So pag gagawa tayo ng letter, ang font style natin is Arial, ang font size natin is 11, ang margin natin is normal, so top, bottom, left, and right, ang ginagamit natin is 2.54 cm. Header natin is 0.5, footer natin is 00, and then justified. So itong template na to, hindi lang siya for memorandums, for information letters. Ginagamit din natin tong template na to for our DPMs, for our QFs, and for our job descriptions. So that's it for our DPM QAS 001 Control of Documented Information.